It was a horse performance in the second half. Horse. I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed. Coaching did a horrible job. The players did a horrible job. We got our ass kicked in that second half. It sucked. It stunk. In my opinion, that sucked. What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
That means that we punched our ticket to go try to win the Super Bowl, and that's it. We got one game at a time, starting at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I'll go to war with every single one of you, every game, all right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy, and you know what? Hey, why not do an NFL RedZone watch party? At least we'll get through maybe half of it this time. You guys know it's 7 hours long, so I'm going to try my best to stick with it for at least the first set of games. So, what up, Bills Mafia? Let me get some music on here in the background. You know how I like to have a little bit of music here in the background. Give me 1 second, and we'll get the show going. There we go. There we go. Got a little music in the background going. Now we good. Now we good, folks. So what's going on, Mafia, man? How you feeling out there? You guys see I have a poll. Who's going to win today between the Colts and the Chiefs? I do think the Chiefs are going to win that game. They need it. They really, really need that win. 5-5 right now. You do not want to go to 5-6. Let's get to some of your chats real quick. Western Brewster in the house. He's a Chiefs fan. He says, McBean, baby. He's loving what's going on in Buffalo. Weston says, I'm picking the Colts until I see something different. 27-19. Wow. Man. I'm surprised the Chiefs are having this rough of a start this season. Randy, hey, Tommy, nice to see you, man. What's going on, brother? I got my dude in the house, Captain D, if y'all don't know. That's my dude on AFCE Shakedown, who represents the Miami Dolphins. What up, Captain D? Captain D, by the way, he picked the Colts. He told me he thinks the Colts are going to win, too. I just have a feeling the Chiefs are going to pull that one out in Kansas City. So, you know, I don't know. I think they they better want it more. Put it that way. They better want it more. Because if they lose that game, go to 5-6, boy, I don't know if they can crawl out of that, man. Crawl out of that hole. And they don't got like the easiest remaining schedule either. You got the Jets Life Podcast. That's my other dog, Anthony. Oh, representing the New Jersey Jets, baby. He's hanging out with Fireman Ed today. They're watching the game. And he's saying Jets, Jets. Hey, man, I wish you guys the best, man. Honestly, yeah, go ahead. I want y'all to win. Playing the Ravens right now, who are starting to come back alive. Ravens are 5-5 too, but that's going to be tough sledding, man. I just in Baltimore, you know, they're starting to get healthier. The Ravens, that is. You guys, I don't know, man. That's going to be a tough one, but I think it'll be closer than what people think. Captain D said, "What up, Anthony?" So let's see the games today. Let me actually share that screen real quick. Give me 1 minute, folks. Let me pop that on the screen real quick. All right. So here is the games today that's being played, the early games. Steelers and Bears at 1 o'clock. Who you guys got there? I think the Bears win that one. No Aaron Rodgers today. He has that wrist injury. By the way, the Jets and the Ravens just kicked off, and the Jets with a nice kick return here down to the 45. Nice. So that's a good start for the Jets. And the Packers and Vikings games just kicked off as well. You got Patriots and Bengals. I'm pretty sure Patriots will win that game. No Jamar Chase. Flacco's all banged up. Obviously, Burrow's not back yet, so I just don't see the Bengals winning that one. You got Giants and Lions. I think the Lions are going to win probably by at least 10 at home. You got Vikings and Packers. I think the Packers will win that game. J.J. McCarthy is struggling this year. You got Seahawks and Titans at 1. I think Seahawks win that game easily, at least by 10 points. You got Colts and Chiefs. That's the game probably the week. I think it's going to be a good game, close game. It could go either way. I'm going to pick the Chiefs by about 3 on that one. And then you got, let's see, the Jets and Ravens we just talked about. And then you got the late games at 4 o'clock, right? You got the Browns and Raiders, Jags and Cardinals. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I mean, you would think the Raiders could win, but I think the Browns have a better defense. So if I was a betting man, maybe you go Browns on that one. Jags and Cardinals. I would pick the Jags on this game, though the Jags are once again a team that's kind of like up and down, like the Buffalo Bills. Eagles and Cowboys. Cowboys defense has been playing better, but the Eagles are a better team. I would pick the Eagles on the road. Falcons Saints, I have no idea, guys. They're two terrible teams. I'll go Saints at home, but who knows? Rams Bucks, I'll go Rams on that one. I think Rams can win by at least a touchdown at home as well. Rams are playing good football. So guys, any games outside Colts and Chiefs that that you think is going to be a really, really good game today or close game? Outside of Colts and Chiefs, man, I think the only close game I could see. Oh, and then you got the Monday game, Panthers 49ers. But the only game I could see being maybe a good game shootout, Eagles Cowboys at 425. The Colts Chiefs, I think it's going to be close. And that's it, folks. Maybe Steelers Bears might be close. I don't like either one, but the Bears are playing pretty decent this year at 7-3. They're 3-1 at home. And the Steelers are just, I don't know. They don't impress me. Though, we play Pittsburgh next weekend, and I'm saying that now, but watch Pittsburgh tear us up, man. So I have no room as a Bills fan right now to criticize any team. How we're playing. So, guys, man. So, Bills Mafia. I know a lot of you guys. Well, not a lot of you guys. Actually, a few Bills Mafia, a few Chiefs fans. You got a Jets fan. You got a Dolphins fan in here right now. Talk to me, man. How you guys feeling right now? Where's your confidence level on this Bills team even reaching the playoffs? Right. Let's start there. Did the Bills even reach the playoffs? I'm going to go and say yes. I think minimum they win minimum 10 games. I think they can win 11. And looking at their schedule, I think it's a possibility to win 11 games. However, with that being said, what are we going to do when we hit the playoffs? This team's so up and down this season, and with the amount of injuries that we have going on right now, it's not looking good. By the way, flea flicker for the Giants game, wide open receiver, touchdown Giants on the Lions. Wow. I did not see that coming. And by the way, that play almost got broken up right away. It almost got broken up, and yeah, the Lions got caught napping there. So a little bit flea flicker here to the running back to the quarterback who almost got. But he didn't. He made the throw on top of that. So touchdown Giants. Giants take an early lead Yeah, Jameis Winston, man. I forgot that he's quarterbacking over there. So, hell of a throw by Jamo. Let's see here. Sean, hey, what's going on, brother? Only game I'm watching this week is Monday Night Football. Hard to watch when Bills lose. Ruins my week. I get it, man. I'm with you. I like RedZone, though. I don't... That's the one thing, like... I see a lot of other channels, they do, like... which is probably smarter, to be honest with you guys. They do a watch party for, like, a particular game. I can't watch, like, other teams play... Like, unless it's a Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football or Thursday Night Football. When it's the only game on, then, yeah, like, why not? I'll watch. But when there's multiple games being played, I love the RedZone. I love it, man, because I could just sit back and watch pretty much the best moments of the game. So, for me, that's why I'm doing the watch party. I've done this, like, I don't know, I think 3 or 4 times since I started the channel. I usually do the first part of the games, the 1 o'clock games, and then I get out of here because 7 hours of football on a live stream is it's tough. Let's see, Sean. Yeah, most weeks I still watch, but after games like this, it makes me angry watching other teams win. I get it. But look, man, I mean, you're watching teams like the Chiefs, who, I mean, imagine those fans, right? I mean, they're 5-5, you know, talk about underperforming. So, you know, the only thing I would say this about the Chiefs, though, you know, they got championships, right? Like, you know, I don't feel too bad for you, right? You're finally having a bad season. Oh my God. We haven't even won a Super Bowl yet. So I don't feel too bad for you, but, yeah. Let's see here, Randy. It really doesn't matter in the long run. It's been eye-opening to see the lack of talent, regression by players, conflict, etc. The Bills coaching and front office has run its course. And I agree. And I mean, I've been saying that. I know, you know, it's funny because now I think people are starting to come around now to the fact that McDermott needs to go, right? And I think it took Bills Mafia or a lot of these people that were still on the McDermott train to finally, like, realize, like, okay, like, something ain't right here, right? We're year 9 in, we're still having the same mistakes, and we can only do or give so many excuses, right? Like, you know, and look, and maybe not all of it's his fault, right? We can't predict injuries, you know what I mean? Like, I get that, but it doesn't matter. When you're year 9 in, you haven't even been to a Super Bowl yet, yeah, man, I think it's time for a new voice, a new leader. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not even, you know, totally taking a shit on McDermott, but you got to, sometimes change is good, right? You ever drive by like a restaurant that says under new management? Why do they put that sign out there? Right? They put it out there because they want people who's driving by going, hey, I've been to that place before, right? And okay, but the management kind of, you know, they needed some work. They needed some tweaks. Under new management, all right, maybe something will change, right? Maybe I'll swing into that restaurant next time I'm around. Just saying, right? Change is always good, right? Especially when things aren't changing, right? Things are repetitive. You're not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, right? So I think that's my main point here when it comes to this McDermott and coaching staff and all that. Like, we have we have the main piece, right? What's the main piece? Josh Allen. Let's be real. You have that set. He's not going anywhere, right? And that right there, for most teams that are like rebuilding or struggling, what is usually the issue? The real issue is they don't have a quarterback, right? They're still searching for their quarterback, right? And the coach don't really make too much of a difference if you can't find yourself a really legit quarterback. We already have that. It's set in place. Josh Allen, right? Like, and not only is he a good quarterback, he's a great quarterback, right? He's one of those that are tier 1 elite, right? He's up there with the Lamars and the Pat Mahomes, right? There's only 3 in my opinion, maybe 4. Maybe you could count Burrow on that list, but I think there's 3 elite tier, right? And you got that in place, man. Finding a coach, listen, guys, they can find a coach. They can find a coach, and even if that coach comes and he does the same as McDermott, gets us into the playoffs and flops in the playoffs. Okay, you know what? At least we tried. At least I know that the ownership said, hey, we took, you know what? We tried again. All right. We gave this guy another chance. You keep trying. At least I'll listen, as a Bills fan, at least I'll say to myself, if this all don't work out and you got rid of the coach and you tried another coach, didn't work, same result, you know what? Then it is what it is. At least at least in my heart, I know you tried your best as an owner to find the right guy, and it just, for whatever reason, it didn't work out. Okay, I can live with that. I can definitely live with that. But if you don't try, if you're unwilling to try to change things up, to switch things up, to see if it could get better with a new person, a new leader, a new voice, right? A new outlook, then I can't get behind that. You know what I mean? Then it is what it is. Let's see here. By the way, real quick, I don't know if you guys noticed, but on YouTube, they have changed your guys' names to your YouTube handle names. So, a lot of you guys have different names here, and luckily I know some of you guys by your logo, but yeah, it's a bit confusing because I'm talking to some people that I probably know, but because I'm seeing the names different, I have no idea if I spoke to you a million times or I never spoke to you at all. It really sucks. I don't know why YouTube did that, but they did. Oh, that's my dog. The fact that the Bills are going into a new stadium next year is the only thing that is going to keep Bean and McDermott safe. You are correct, sir. They are not going anywhere. As a matter of fact, I don't think they're going anywhere for a while. I think they're here to stay. Look, it would have to take multiple losing seasons, in my opinion, for them to make a change. I think Terry Pegula has he has, right now, dude, he is fine. Terry Pegula is not even thinking about it, right? It hasn't even crossed his mind about changing the GM or the coach. Matter of fact, if you guys watched when we beat I believe it was the Bucs game, he handed Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane the football for their 100th win, right? Trust me, guys, Pegula is just fine with those guys in charge, which is unfortunate, man. Once again, you're falling into that place where a lot of teams, sport teams in general, like baseball, basketball, football, whatever, they get a coach who's a decent coach, but he can't get him over he can't get him to the next level, right? Which is championship level. Marty Schottenheimer's obviously the one of the best examples, right? Flip Saunders for the Minnesota Vikings was an excellent coach. Also coached the Detroit Pistons, my team. And when we got rid of Larry Brown and Flip came, I said, damn, man, you know what sucks, man? It's not like we're totally downgrading from Larry Brown to Flip Saunders, but what's Flip Saunders' knock been, right? Since he's been in the NBA as a head coach. He's a good regular season coach who can't figure it out in the playoffs when it counts the most. And sure enough, he comes to Detroit, and same roster, by the way. We did not change anything up. In fact, we added pieces, and he still flopped in the Eastern Conference Finals. Flop after flop. He could not get us to the next. He couldn't get the team back to the NBA championship. And eventually the Detroit Pistons moved on. So you got to make those decisions at some point. If you're a franchise owner, you have to. Every coach I think has a ceiling. Every coach, not every coach is a championship level type coach. It's unfortunate, but it is. Colts just picked off Mahomes, and they're at the Chiefs 2-yard line. Damn. And the Colts are up 6-0. Actually, the Colts just scored a touchdown. So, yeah. So I guess they they capitalized off that turnover. Yeah, Mahomes, he's struggling a little bit this year as well, man. So it's crazy the amount of teams that are struggling this year that that shouldn't be. I mean, you got the Chiefs at 5-5. You got the Ravens, I believe, are also at 5-5. It's wild. Let's get you updated on some scores here. The Bears are up 7-0. The Bengals and Patriots are scoreless right now. The Giants, believe it or not, are up 7-0, and they have the ball. So the Lions went 3 and out, it looks like. Packers are up 7-3. Titans are up 3-0 on the Seahawks, though I think the Seahawks will win this game. Colts are up 7-0. Jets 0-0. Jets and Ravens 0-0. The Jets with the ball at Baltimore 44. I still think that game is going to be closer than what people think. We'll find out at the end of the day. But I would say right now the surprising score for me is the Giants up on the Lions 7-0. Boy, can you imagine if the Lions lose to the fucking New York Giants? I'm going to tell you right now, guys, I live in Detroit. And there's a lot of pissed off Lions fans out here in Detroit. So they're another team that's slightly underperforming. They got a ton of talent. But what people don't realize is they lost a lot of key pieces to that team, which is mainly their coordinators. Now, Kelvin Shepard's filled in pretty nicely. I'll give them that, their defensive coordinator. But offensively, they've already, Dan Campbell already took the playbook away from their offensive coordinator. I don't even know his name, but I just know they did. I know he did. So now Dan Campbell is actually calling the plays. So imagine, that's not good. Their offensive line is not as good as it was last year. So now teams are getting to Jared Goff, and you guys know Jared Goff is a pure pocket passer. He cannot scramble. That dude is slow as hell. So if you can get to Goff, you're gonna stop the Lions, because he under pressure, he is not good. He makes some poor decisions, and right now Lions fans, they're starting to realize that Goff is kind of a one-trick pony when it comes to a quarterback. Good arm. If you protect him, he'll get the ball there. But once the pressure hits, boy, oh boy, it's a different story. So that's how you beat the Lions, man. And right now, if they don't have that line, whew, and they got all the talent in the world, they really do. They got receivers, they got running backs, they got a pretty good defense. But boy, oh boy, you can't protect them, they're in trouble. Robert, want a GM, it's head coach, OC, NDC, contact Terry Bakula. Yeah. Oh, man. So, look, Tommy for head coach, that's right. Now, I would be terrible. I would make so many terrible decisions. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I would probably go for it a lot on fourth down, maybe more than Dan Campbell, and then people will probably yell at me a lot. So... No, you know what? I take that back. Actually, I'm a believer in how the game flow is going, right? And if a team is running the ball really well, and you got a 4th and 2, or and that you've been averaging, I don't know, 5.5 a carry, I'm going for it on 4th and 2. You know what I mean? I'm going to trust my running back, who's been averaging 5.5 this game, can pick up 2, right? Like, now, obviously, if I'm at my own 5, I probably won't do it. But if I'm at my 35, I probably will do it, So it just depends. I mean, it depends on the game flow. I know a lot of people like to kill the clock under 2 minutes, not leave the other team any points, but I'm a believer in, if you haven't been doing great on offense the whole game, now is not the time to be worrying about, killing the clock and driving a slow drive. How about just get your offense together and try to get some points on the board and not worry so much about the fucking time? Like, we need points. Like, and the Bills have been known to do that, and it drives me insane. But no, head coach, I would fucking probably be terrible. Tommy, how about the stat? Colts scored 22 touchdowns out of 26 goal-to-go situations. Coaching matters. Of course it does. Bills struggle in red zone. Brady has proven he can't adjust. I'm jealous for Allen. Yeah, dude. And look at the 2-point conversions, too, that we try. We're terrible at them. Like, we barely ever get 2-point conversions when we go for them. It's like he doesn't know how to scheme up a 2-point conversion either. I remember a game we played, guys, where the commentators were like, I think it was like it was like a 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, something like that. And one of the commentators, I forget who it was. It might have been Romo. I'm not sure. But he's like, oh, here we go. You know that Brady's going to, bring out that one play call that they've been practicing all week. And I'm like, no, he's not. You don't watch Buffalo Bills football. Joe Brady don't got no specific play for this situation. And what do? We run some bullshit play, some basic-ass, vanilla-ass play call, right? And we didn't even pick up the 4th down. Imagine, right? It's like, yeah, there you go, buddy. That's the there it is, man. That's what Brady does, right? So it's like, look, man, this has been now multiple times a defender has said that what they've seen on film is exactly what the Bills brought to the table. So the safety of the Texans came out and said that everything they saw on film was exactly what the Bills did. It was pretty much they knew our sets, right? Every time our formations, that is. Every time we lined up, they kind of knew what was coming, right? And once again, where's the adjustments? Where's the game planning for each game, for each week? Each week you should have a different script. Each week you should have different play calls because you're going against a different type of defense, right? But no, Brady rolls out the same bullshit week after week after week after week, right? How many times you're going to do a bubble screen to your receiver? The defense, bro, the Texas defense was like, oh, you're going to you're running that bubble screen to Shakir. Okay, so we'll go ahead and wait for you. Go ahead and throw that ball real quick. So, like, what are you doing? And we went to it, like, twice. Negative yards, negative both times. Matter of fact, we went to it the week before, and we got lucky. There was a face mask penalty against Tampa. Because if they don't do the face mask there, I believe we have to punt the ball there. So, what are we doing, right? It's predictable, right? I told you guys, 1 through 3, the first 3 quarters, 1 through 3, we ran the ball. We had a design run, 68.7%. Almost 70% of our first down plays were runs. What the fuck? How about second down? Almost 50%. It was like 48 point something was play action. So pretty much through 3 quarters, it was run, play action, run, play action, run, play action. Wow, Brady, don't get too creative. Hold on. You're starting to really freak out that defense because you're being so creative, right? They don't know what's coming next. So it's like, what are we doing here? And guys, you guys know you're not dumb. You're watching the same thing I am. You know exactly what's coming. And it's so frustrating. And that's why I've been complaining about Brady for 2 years now. And look, I get it. Last year he did a pretty good job. I get that. But I still picked out some of the things I hated about him. That I couldn't stand. And those things have not changed. They have not changed. Him being predictable has not changed. Matter of fact, it hasn't changed since he got fired from Carolina. That was one of the reasons he got fired. Being too predictable. Having a vanilla type offense. Not scheming up his receivers to put them in better situations to win. It's crazy to me that he still has these problems in 2025. But yet, McDermott and Bean feel like we don't need any help. Knowing your offensive coordinator can't make these average receivers that we got any better because he's not scheming them up. And people want to blame Josh Allen. Guys, once again, you want this guy to turn water into wine? It's not going to work. You're seeing the results. Right? Football is the ultimate team sport. Everything has to be right, including your coaches. Right? Joe Brady is going against the defensive coordinator on this other side of the field, right? They're going back and forth, right? They're trying to outsmart one another. But if you got one guy who's just not adjusting, running the same bullshit, and you got a better DC on the other side going, damn, this dude's doing everything I saw on film. This is fucking great. Thank you. Right? It's been easy pickings, man. Easy pickings, bro. And I don't know how McDermott and I don't know how Bean didn't read into Brady's bio, understand what his weaknesses were, and at least try to correct them, at least talk to him. And if he can't adjust or he simply can't be better, you have to move on. It's funny, they moved on from Ken Dorsey at about the same time, guys. Right after the Denver Broncos loss in 2023, when Sean McDermott, and mind you, Ken Dorsey had already been our offensive coordinator in 2022, who, by the way, too, top 5 offense. And then in 2023, struggled a little bit. Still wasn't terrible. It's kind of like what we're seeing today. I'm not going to fire him. No, stop asking me. Stop. He fired him after the Denver Broncos game. And then Brady came along and kind of piggybacked off the Dorsey/Dable playbook. And then 2024 came, and they got the scheme where everybody eats. That's the whole deal, because we just let go of Stephon Diggs and we're eating all this money and dead cap. But we want to make the fans believe that all's fine because we have this new slogan that y'all should, by the way, buy the t-shirts and hats and everybody eats. It's great. It's awesome. And this is going to work, man, because the NFL defense has never seen a quarterback throw the ball to other receivers. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. Everybody eats it. Guys, everybody eats this all the time. What the fuck are we talking about here? By the way, the Chiefs have scored a touchdown. Guys, it's not like a new thing. The Lions have everybody eats. The fucking Chiefs are everybody eats. They have that bro, every team goes to different receivers. Of course they do. So we just marketed and we thought we were slick at it. Like, I don't, it's the stupidest thing ever. And of course, some people bought into it. It's total bullshit. So let's get you up to date, because I've just been fucking on my soapbox talking about this fucking Bills team and how they drive me fucking insane. A lot of you guys are Bills Mafia in here. You get it. You get it. And if you're not Bills Mafia, well, you're hearing it. You're hearing it from a great source. I'm telling you what's going on. I'm telling you what's wrong. It's real simple, right? There's not a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL right now that have nothing to work with like Josh Allen. Like, I mean, name me some. Please do. Please do. Tell me a quarterback that doesn't have a guy. Tell me a quarterback that doesn't have the go-to guy. Who is Allen's go-to guy? Who is it? And don't give me the whole everybody eats bullshit, because that doesn't work. We don't have one. And don't tell me Kincaid. Because guess what? Kincaid was the go-to guy, and he dropped the fucking ball in the most important situation in the playoffs last year. So I don't want to hear he's our go-to guy. Who's our go-to guy? Who's the guy that defenses are worried about? Come on, man. Every team has their go-to guy. Even the fucking bad quarterbacks have a go-to guy. And we just simply said, nah, we're good. We can make it work with average. Now, look, I'll say this. If you were super confident in that, okay. If you had a great OC, like let's say McVay for some reason was our OC, or the Bears, Ben Johnson, or Andy Reid. Let's throw those names out there. Like the best of the best, right? Okay, you know what? I could buy that. I could get into that. I could go, okay, you know what? All right, okay, we don't have a lot of money. All right, we'll get some average to slightly above average receivers. But I trust these guys. I trust Reid. I trust McVay. I trust Ben Johnson can scheme them up and make it work. I think this is possible. Not with fucking Joe Brady, it isn't. So what are we doing? You notice they don't do that on defense, right? They pay fucking all the monies to defense. All the money. And those guys, what are those guys are doing? Those guys are all hurt and banged up anyways. But they're not saying, let's just get subpar. We're just going to get average defenders. I mean, they all are average now, right? So below the way they're playing. But no, they don't. No, God forbid. Sean McDermott, he ain't going to do that. Right? He's not going to invest in the offense. No. We got to invest in the defense. Because the defense has been so fucking great. I got a great fucking question for you guys. I mean, and I'm not being sarcastic or anything here. This is a legitimate question. And it's kind of crazy when you think about it. Name me a game that the Buffalo Bills defense solely won the game. I'm talking about they put everything on their back and they won that game. I'm not saying that, guys, I'm not saying games that they played good. I'm saying that they solely won. I can only think of one. It was the Baltimore Ravens game in the playoffs a few years ago when Teron Johnson did the pick six, right, for a touchdown. That is the only game where I could really honestly say the offense was really bad and the Bills defense said, I got you. We're going to go ahead and win this game. Like, we got you here. Name me a game outside of that you could really say, man, that defense went in there and our offense was terrible. And they took over. Go ahead. I'll wait because I only can find one. And I'm not saying this defense has been trash the whole time. I'm not saying that. I'm saying pick a game that they won solely because of the defense. I can only think of one. If you guys have another one, let me know. And by the way, this defense that Sean McDermott took over in 2017, some of those players weren't even his. Those are the guys that were already on the team from Rex Ryan squad, right? And that was probably the best defense that he's had. Just being honest. Then, and I would say we went on a run from 2017 to maybe 2021-ish, where we were a top 10 defense in that time frame, where we were pretty decent, right? We still, though, I got to say, they still let us down in the defense in the playoffs. The defense still let us down when it really mattered the most. But I would say in that little run there, fine. I'll say they were pretty good from about that 2017, 2021 season, somewhere around it. And it has been shit since. It's been trash. Trash. Overpaying guys left and right. Extending guys that shouldn't be extended. How about the fact that you got rid of Edmonds and kept Milano, who you knew was injury prone, when you had Edmonds here, who was bigger, faster, younger. Edmonds was like 22 still. He was super young. I mean, how old is Edmonds right now? I mean, I think he's still super young. Let me see here. Terrell Edmonds. Just curious. But no, we don't want to do that. We want to bring back the McDermott guy, right? He's okay. So Edmonds now is 28 years old, right? No, that's Terrell. Hold on. I made a mistake. How old is Tremaine? Tremaine Edmonds. Let's see here. Tremaine Edmonds. Here he is. He's 27 years old, right? We drafted him in 2018, folks, right? He was still mad young when he left Buffalo. And he's still in his prime at 27. Josh Allen, guys, is 30 years old. But yet we get rid of a guy that's, come on, guys. If we had Edmonds here, I think we would be happier. Let's be real. I like Matt Milano. I do. But we're choosing guys to stick around here that are underperforming or getting hurt. To be fair, Edmonds signed the largest linebacker deal in history. I get it, Sean. I understand, but it's not like we haven't signed players here to big contracts like Von Miller. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if it's worth it, sign them. I understand what you're saying, but what? So to keep what? If we also re-signed or gave Milano an extension. That's not working out. Ed Oliver's contract's not working out. Milano's contract's not working out. Bernard's contract's probably not going to work out. Christian Benford's contract may not work out. We'll see. That's a TBD. All right, we'll find out. But he's constantly getting hurt or playing hurt. I mean, name contracts that have been working out for us. James Cook, he's working out. Josh Allen, fine, of course, obviously working out. That's obvious, right? So Josh Allen, James Cook. Who else? Who else has we signed here, given extensions to, that has actually worked out? Gregory Rousseau, and I like him. He's from the U, baby, man. And I don't know if it's scheme. I don't know if you go somewhere and play better. I have no idea. But all I can say is for here right now in this team, he's underperformed his contract. Absolutely. Absolutely. So imagine a lot of these guys that I'm talking about are all defense, right? Joey Bosa, fine, 1 year, $12 million. He's actually had a pretty good season, but he's cooled up. He's also cooled off. He's cooling down. He hasn't had a sack in weeks. I think his last sack was against the Chiefs. He has 4 on the season. That's it, 4. Von Miller has more sacks. Von Miller has more sacks than Joey Bosa right now. Right? And Joey Bosa, guess what? He's injured. He's playing injured. To no one's surprise. And I'm not saying he's playing bad, by the way. I'm saying he's cooling down. He's showing his age. He starts also, injuries are creeping in. Not good. Let me get to some of your chats. I feel bad I'm missing a lot because I've just been on this, talking a lot of shit here. Tommy, we are kind of in draft purgatory because any wide receivers we can get late in this draft will be mid. I get it. And that's why I'm very upset with Brandon Beane for not pulling the trigger when he had a chance to get Waddle. How fucking dumb can you be? Like, you're trying to play hardball when you that was more than fair of a trade, and you're trying to give them the 1 year difference of the first round. Who cares? What are you doing? Why are you playing hardball? Take the fucking deal. What? I don't know, man. It's so frustrating, man. Let's see, Zulzu. Tommy, did you notice even Joe Marino is melting down over this team after the Texans game? Yeah, and he don't really melt down much, right? It's crazy because there is a lot of podcasters out there that, oh my God, this guy took a hit for the Lions. Anyways, there's a lot of podcasters out there that were kind of rah-rah or more on the positive side of things that are starting to break. Starting to break a little bit. Starting to tell a different tale, right? They're starting to tell you something a little bit different. So let's get to some scores, then I'll get to the rest of your comments real quick. Let's see, your Steelers are up 14-7. And I believe they got a touchdown on a sack fumble in the end zone. They did. So sack fumble, touchdown, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's up 14-7. You got the Bengals beating. Holy shit. The Bengals are up 10-0, folks. The Bengals, you heard it right, are up 10-0 on the Patriots. Can this score change? Sure it can. But the almighty Patriots right now are losing 10-0 to a bad Bengals team. And once again, It means absolutely nothing for the Buffalo Bills because they didn't handle business on Thursday Night Football against the Texans. Thank you, Buffalo Bills. Because if the Patriots do wind up losing this game, right, you could have been right there. You would have been right fucking there. Right? Right there. Instead, you fucking lose. I mean, it's crazy, bro. All right, here we go. We got you, buddy. It helps to vent. This is a colossal mismanagement of a great quarterback. Fans will look back at the wasted years and only then be sad the Eagles didn't make a move after 13 seconds. Absolutely. I wanted them gone after 13 seconds. I thought that was outrageous. By the way, that Bengals touchdown was an interception, basically a pick six, guys. It was a pick six to the house. Drake May tried to make a tackle and got walloped. So yeah, Bengals are up 10-0 on a pick six. Man, yikes! Not the greatest start for the New England Patriots. They are in the second quarter. Actually, second quarter just started, kind of. So 14 minutes remaining, but yeah, wild. Let's see here. Our D-line is just Bosa and Walker right now, and Bosa's not even. I like him, and I'm not saying he's playing terrible, but he's also cooled down. We got to be real when it comes to some of our players, man. And we just don't got it. We don't got enough talent, bro. The reality is we don't have enough talent. We got so many injuries on top of that. And then the depth guys, our depth are getting hurt. Even our depth guys are not staying healthy, right? So we're down to like nothing. But that's still, for me, still no excuse, man. By the way, the Colts are down at the goal line. They're up 7-3, so they're in. Looks like they may score a touchdown here. We'll see, but they're up 7-3. First and goal coming up. I think Bean is the best general manager for a McDonald's. He can soft fries good. All right, so look, I've defended Bean for a long time. I have, and I don't think this is all his fault either. I told you guys a long time ago, like coaches in general, like coaches have say, like. Meaning they have a team that they want, right? Certain guys that fit their scheme. So a GM's job is to basically get the ingredients that fit the coach's scheme, right? He can't go out and get guys that maybe he wants or that he thinks are better fits because the coach, obviously, then you would be butting heads, right? So that's one. Two, we did things really weird here where the coach hired the GM. That just doesn't happen much, right? So McDermott is ultimately the puppet master, and Brandon Beane's responsible basically to get the ingredients, and McDermott's like the chef, right? He has to, all right, thank you, I'm going to put it all together. The problem is, like I said, Beane's getting him what he wants, but the chef ain't doing his job, right? And some of the, the ingredients that he wants, it's not good either, right? Like, they're bad. So it's not all on Bean. The thing I don't like about Bean is he doesn't step outside his comfort zone often, and he likes to hoard his draft picks instead of taking more of a gamble, trading away some picks for a player that can come in and automatically be a guy that could contribute, right? That could actually do something. There's no guessing involved on what he's going to be as an NFL player, right? He's right there. Sometimes you got to just go ahead and do that. Also, he doesn't trade up often in drafts. He's done it a few times, but not a lot, right? Bro, you got so many picks, right? This dude has like 10, 11, 12 picks sometimes in the draft. Bro, it's okay, man, if you trade up, three of those. I don't even care. Whatever it takes to get your guy, right? To get a guy that can actually help. And you don't. You actually trade back more than you trade up. But, yeah, I don't know, man. It's so frustrating. By the way, the Lions are 3rd and goal right now. So we'll see what happens there. But they're down 10-0 as well. There's just some surprising scores today, man. Yeah, TJ Sanders is underperforming as well. I thought he did okay last game. He showed me some signs of getting a little bit better, but Yeah. When's the last time we had a pick six? Dude, I couldn't tell you. I really. Seahawks just scored a touchdown. By the way, they are up 10-3. Yeah, that's a great point. I have no idea. I have no idea when our defense actually had a pick six. I know we got a couple interceptions this season, but pick six, no, I couldn't remember the last one. Jets game 2 seasons ago. Jesus Christ. Okay, so it's been a while. The Keon Worthy switch up should have fired Bean. Yeah, I mean, once again, I'll say this though: Worthy isn't. This isn't like a DK Metcalf situation, right? Like he's a good player, but he's not great. You get what I'm saying? So I wouldn't go there with it because I don't think Worthy's this all-time great receiver we overlooked. He's a good weapon, but you know what? I ask you this: would we even know what to do with him? Because he's a certain type of player, right? You got to use his speed on offense. You got to use it the right way. By the way, the Lions just scored a touchdown, so it's going to be 10-7 coming up. But would we even know how to use them? I mean, we have speed guys. We don't even know how to use them properly. Elijah Moore is a 4-3 guy. We don't even know how to use him. So, once again, you know, we could have Worthy here and not even be doing nothing with him. And then you know what we'd be saying? Worthy's a bust. Worthy's a bust. Right? We only drafted him because he ran the fastest time. The guy can't even do anything on the field. Like that. I promise you guys. I swear to you. You know, and that's my concern too. Is like, dude, when we bring players here, we don't seem to know what to do with them. So maybe Mikey's right in the fact that if we brung Waddle here, would Brady even know how to scheme him up or you know, get him involved in the offense? I don't know. Bernard and Hamlin getting paid and extended. Yeah, is the funniest shit ever. Isn't that crazy? Hamlin not doing anything. Not to mention we have a kicker who we paid a couple years back who's also not playing. Right? Jesus Christ. Can't make this up. To be fair, I saw that. I'm sorry if I skipped that. I already read that, actually. Fun fact, all the Bills players' extensions and contracts are up over $250. Wonderful. It's a great fact. It's a terrible fact. I don't want to know about it. I mean, I knew about it, but Jesus. Watch Josh Allen in Wisconsin with his wife where he should have been studying his next opponent next week. Nose to the grindstone. All that stuff happens after the season, not during the season. I get it, but not really. I mean, I understand that, but not really. That's not. I understand your point because we're losing, right? We're not having the greatest season, but that is not uncommon. A lot of players do stuff like that, especially with their colleges. So I'm not going to kill the guy because he did that. I get your point. I understand it, but it's a long little mini bye week we have here. So the next game against Pittsburgh. And I don't think Josh Allen studying in the playbooks is going to help much. I'll be honest with you. You know what's going to help him? A little bit of R&R. The dude is banged up, bro. And we need him. If there's any listen, guys, the reality is this. If there's any hope of playoffs, it's gonna be with number 17. I mean, that's just the reality of it. So if we have a quarterback out there that's all banged up, you know, it's gonna hurt us. So look, I get your point. I understand that, but I think we're like fishing. We're fishing for other reasons to find out why this team is struggling, and it's not 17, guys. I'm not saying he's playing bad. I'm not saying he's playing great and he's perfect and he's not making any mistakes. I'm not saying that. He hasn't been perfect. He's made mistakes. But guys, once again, I go back to the whole, you know, it's kind of unfair to tell Josh Allen to make water into wine. It's this, when you got a coordinator who's dog shit, right? Who's calling 68.7% first down runs. I mean, once again, what do you want? Have you guys looked at the film? I looked at it. We did it on Friday Night Lights. And those were just the sacks 0 receivers open. 0. And look, that could be a combination of the receivers just aren't that good, and Joe Brady's not helping with scheming them up and the routes they're running. And I believe it's a combination of that. I truly do. And not to mention also, the offensive line got their asses handed to them. So it's a little bit of combination of everything. And then, of course, Josh Allen is a little bit to blame as well, right? Making poor decisions, right? Running backwards, right? Taking more of a negative yards on a sack than he needed to, right? I get that. Throwing the ball, in tight spots when he shouldn't. But I also get the frustration part. I get it. Like, I understand it, right? When all that shit's weighing down on you, right? You're gonna make more mistakes. And I think that's what's going on right now with Josh, especially with Josh. Things aren't right. And when things aren't right, things tend to get even worse. And that's what you're seeing. And I don't know how McDermott doesn't see this. I just don't get it. Like, it's funny though. He's throwing Brady under the bus almost every press conference, right? He's mentioning how he's not happy with the offensive play call. He's definitely throwing him under the bus. I remember, like in week, was it 4 or 5, whatever that week was, he called his plays too cute. Thought he was being too cute on offense. And then Brady was asked about it, and Brady didn't even know he said it. It was like, well, too cute? What are you talking about? What the fuck? What? He's okay. Well, like I think he was kind of like, damn, this motherfucker's throwing me under the bus already. But you want to be real? I think he should have been thrown under the bus the whole time almost. Like, I love coaches that just are honest, right? Be honest with the motherfucker, right? Go in there and tell him, bro, this is unacceptable. You need to mix shit up. You need to adjust better, right? But at the flip side of things, too, don't just be all about the offense, Sean McDermott. What about your shitty-ass defense? What about your garbage-ass defense? Because I can tell you this right now. We got 7 wins. The defense didn't give us those 7 wins, folks. The defense didn't do that. That was all the offense. All the offense. You want to talk about week 1? Bro, week 1, they gave up, what, 40 points? Right? 42. What was the week 1 score? 44, 42, I believe. So what are we talking about here? We want to credit him for having a couple stops at the end of that game there? Like that, like that's something that we should fucking reward like, come on, man. The defense has been trash. The offense is the reason why we have 7 wins, folks. I mean, that's the truth. Okay, what has the defense done for this team this year? Nothing. So I don't want to hear, like, when we talk about, sorry, 41-40, we won. 41-40, I don't know why I was thinking 44-42. Anyways, yeah, so, look, man, if you want to credit all the losses on the offense so far, fine. Okay, which I don't believe, but okay, let's do it. We're still 7-4 with a shit defense. What does that tell you? Tells you everything you need to know. By the way, the Patriots just scored a touchdown. 10-7 Bengals right now in the second quarter, 9 minutes left. So yeah, man, it's crap. But yeah, our fucking coach, man. This coaching staff too. I think it's a coach staff. Bro, the only coach I would probably have stay here, honestly, is Cromer. I think Cromer would be the only one I would retain if I were to fire everybody. I think I would want Cromer back. Outside of that, everybody can go kick rocks. If I was an owner and my GM created dead cap situation sign and extended bum players over 250 and made trash picks in the draft, I would fire such. Yeah, look, at this point, man, I think they're tied to the hip. I've defended Bean quite a bit. I don't think he's done all trash draft picks. I think some of them have worked out, but there's a lot that haven't. I think the free agent signings have been pretty bad, to be honest with you. Even the good ones that we signed were 1-year deals, like Leonard Floyd. He was one and done, right? He had a good season for us, but he was gone. So, yeah, I mean, I would say, like, Mitch Morse was a great signing for him and helped Josh's development. I think the Stephon Diggs trade was a good trade at the time. I understand the Justin Jefferson situation, but we didn't know Jefferson would be available at that time. But it was still it was a good decision. I don't hate the trade. So he's made some good moves. Obviously trading up for Josh Allen. And don't tell me, you can't sit here and tell me that Josh Allen was a for sure thing. There was a lot of Bills Mafia that didn't even want Josh Allen to be drafted to the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen needed work. He was a quarterback for Wyoming, for Christ's sakes, right? He had tools to be a good quarterback, but he needed it put together, right? He needed help. So they took a fly. They did take a chance by drafting him, and it worked out. Thank God, right? But he's made some decent to really good draft picks as well, and he's also some made bad ones. But either way, I think they're tied to the hip. I think if one goes, both go. By the way, Jets have scored on the Ravens, I believe. And yeah, they're going to go up 7-0. I think we'll see what happens here. Tommy, I saw man Ocho. Yeah, showed some film on So I actually did that on Friday Night Lights. We actually played that whole segment, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Josh Lurie had no receivers open, none of those sacks, none, 0. And exactly. So guys, if you haven't watched it and you're still kind of on this, Josh Allen, he's more to blame. He's holding the ball. He's doing it. Once again, I repeat, I'm not saying Josh Allen's been perfect, but you have to understand everything that's going on around him before you go, he's the problem. He should get rid of the ball. He should throw it. There's open receivers. Go watch. And of course, there's going to be some open receivers here and there during the course of a game that he misses. Bro, every fucking game in the NFL, there's a quarterback who misses open receivers. It's not a new thing, guys. You're just nitpicking because we're losing games. So you're finding ways to go, well, see, he had this guy, he had Shakir, he had Knox right there. Like, okay, out of how many plays you're picking what, 4, 5, 6 times that he should have thrown the ball to Knox underneath for 5 yards? Wow. Stop, guys. Come on, man. Watch the games. Let your eyeballs, tell you everything you need to know. It's right in front of you, right? Stop looking at stats and be like, oh, Josh, ugh. Like, guys, you got to watch the game. You got to understand what's going on. You also got to understand coaching has been poor. If I was a coach, I would make all the players stop their charitable programs, visiting relatives, 100% football for 17 weeks. Look, in a way, I get it. You know what? I kind of probably understand that. And you know what? I don't even know if it's a coach's responsibility. I think that's more of a team thing, right? If you're serious about this season, right? You're really serious about putting that, making it some kind of playoff push or getting better, whatever you need to do here. Yeah, maybe you do need to have that conversation and be like, God, like maybe a player meeting. I don't know, only player meeting. Be like, bro, let's just, we know who we are. We know we could do better, right? Let's put that extra work in, right? Let's get in that film room a little bit more, maybe. I don't know, maybe things change. Maybe that helps. Maybe it doesn't. But I get what you're saying. I get it. Colts are going to knock the Chiefs out today. They may. Seahawks are up 10-3. Let me give you some scores around the league real quick. Josh makes 55 a year. I don't for only how many weeks of football everybody makes 55. Let that sink in. No, I get it, but who cares? I don't care if you made 75. But what is that? I mean, I understand what you're saying, but once again, look, just because you're paying that guy that money, and it's, by the way, well-deserved. The guy takes more of a beating than probably any quarterback in the NFL, but whatever. That doesn't mean you go, well, Josh, we're paying you this, so now we're just going to surround you with dog shit. Right? We're not going to get you help. Like, this is it. Like that's not how it works, man. This is once again, the NFL is the ultimate team sport. one guy's not going to do it. One guy can help a lot, but you need it's a total team effort. You need guys to help make that dream right, to make that dream a reality, right? And what I mean by that is Super Bowl, right? You need everybody to do their job, including the coaches. If one player on that offensive line isn't doing his job, it's going to wreck everything. I'm telling you guys, like, everybody has to be in sync. That's what makes a good team great, right? Like, we're a good team. We're not great because we don't have like an offensive line that's great. We have a good offensive line with David Edwards, who's fucking it up. We have Deion Dawkins, who I love, and I think is one of the better tackles in the league, not show up every game or take some plays off in games. Can't do that. There was a play in the last game where he just totally stopped blocking. What was going on, Deion? Like, I don't get it. You're better than that, and we all know he's better than that. And that's why I'm not going to sit here and just shit on him, but everybody has to do their job better. Everybody has to look in the mirror and go, what can I do better? But on that offensive line, guys, David Edwards is the weakest link, and we need to replace him. Like, we can't keep having a guard next to Dawkins that isn't good, where Dawkins has to make up for the subpar play of Edwards. And by the way, Edwards is not terrible. I would keep him here if you want to be a depth guy. He's great to have for depth, but he's not a starting left guard. Almost every player here is overpaid. Or I don't even give. It's not even about overpaid. They're not living up to their contract, period. You didn't want to pay Cook, but wasted so much money on Hamlet. Yeah, but he did. He ultimately did the right thing and paid Cook. But it's not making that big of a difference, really. I mean, we're having one of our worst seasons here, even though our record's 7-4. And believe it or not, we were 6. Like I said, we were 6-6 in 2023. But I feel like this season's, I don't know why, I just feel like it's even worse. Like, things are just not good, folks. Allen is also just not, you can see in his body language, he's just not the same guy. And I feel like this team's just bringing him down, man. I really do. It's terrible. I totally disagree with you. Or I solely disagree with you. Brandon Beane is fault a lot for this. A lot. Looks at how many picks he's not. See, I think different. So I'm not saying he's not at fault or he's not part of the problem either. However, I'll say this to you. And if he goes and leaves eventually and goes somewhere else, I promise you, draft picks look different. Free agents are different. Are you telling me if Brandon Beane was on the Kansas City Chiefs, would you be drafting the same? Of course not. It's not how it works. He'd be drafting players that fit into Andy Reid's system, right? Andy Reid would be heavily involved. That's how it works. And so I don't believe that. I think Sean McDermott is a big part of why Brandon Beane or why these players are being drafted. Certain type of players, certain type of free agents. I also believe why. Pick 6, New England. New England's up 14-10. But no, I think McDermott controls most of that, man. I really, really do. But look, man, we're all gonna have our opinion. I get it, but I at the same time, look, for me, they're tied to the hip. If one goes, you gotta probably get rid of both, and I wouldn't be opposed to it. We do have a great offense. Is it great, Sean? I know you're the offensive line dude, man. I know you like the offensive line, but great is a Sean. Is it great? Okay, let me ask you this, and it's a real question. They played a great defense in the Houston Texans. They played a great defense in the Falcons, right? The Falcons, I believe, were number 2 at the time. How did our great offensive line fare against a great defensive line in the Texans? It wasn't good. How did that great offensive line fare against a great defensive line in the Atlanta Falcons? It wasn't good. I would say we have a good offensive line with a weak link at guard in David Edwards. I would say we have a good offensive line because we have guys like Deion Dawkins who sometimes takes plays off or underperforms when he probably shouldn't, right? So I kind of disagree with you a little bit there, but I'm not saying they're bad. I think they're a top 10 offensive line, somewhere in that, maybe close to top 5, maybe. I would say like top 10 for sure, but great, dude. They had a bad game. They had more than one bad game, bro. Right? I'm just being honest with you, man. Like, Allen's been hit more this season than I could recall, like, of past seasons. So, I'm not saying they're bad, by the way. Don't get on me for that. I just don't know about great. Great is great, bro. Great is, I could count on them against great defenses. I don't know if they've been great, bro. I'm sorry. I kind of got to disagree, man. Tommy Bills had no number 2 defense in 2019. While most game on offense was not firing on all fronts. 2019 is when we got John Brown and Cole Beasley. We went to the playoffs, and against the Houston Texans, we were up 16-0, and we lost that game. When we needed a stop at the end, we had players running into each other, and the Houston Texans beat us in the playoffs. Now, once again, was our offense great in that game? No, it wasn't great, but we still were up in that game, I believe 16-0, I believe, and gave up the lead, and final drive was a total disaster. Now, I'll say this, like I said earlier, the defense of the Buffalo Bills were pretty good from 2017 to 2021. However, when I said earlier, name me a game that the defense solely won, carried the offense, name a game that you could recall that happening. I only could come up with one. Baltimore Ravens playoff game like 3 years ago, right? With the pick 6, Teron Johnson. Outside of that, I can't recall one. And once again, I'm not saying they didn't play good defensive games in some of these games that they won. I'm not saying that. I'm saying name a time where they solely won because of the defense. It was all about the defense. It hasn't been the case, guys. And the reason I bring that up is because we have a defensive-minded head coach that's this defensive guru, and he's not a defensive guru. So I hate when commentators, when I'm watching the game, bring up Sean McDermott and his defense because it sucks. There's nothing special about Sean McDermott's defense, about his nickel defense, about his zone defense, soft zone, nickel type defense. It's bad. It's been bad. Our run defense has been terrible for years. Everybody and their mama know that the Bills' run defense is trash. The only one that doesn't know it is the guy who's in fucking charge, Sean McDermott. He has excuses. But yet, he doesn't know how to fix it. He doesn't have the solution. But we go into every year knowing we have a shit run defense, nothing changes. Poor tackling. He preaches about fundamentals, yet we're terrible at tackling. Right? He says how important special teams is. Our coverage unit sucks. He talks about penalties. We get so many penalties. Bro, we get penalties galore. He doesn't know how to fix these problems. He hasn't proven to me he can. Terrible. Chicago scored. Okay, let's get to some score. Let's get the scoreboard. I was serious about my hot take. Let's not waste Josh this season. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see your hot take. My bad. Where'd you put? Did you put something like bench Allen or something for the rest of the year? Put your hot take again so I don't scroll up. I'm lazy. Not a damn thing Bean does that McDermott isn't aware of. I'll give input. Nice verse as well. Yeah, exactly. So McDermott, listen, guys. McDermott is the puppet master. I keep telling you guys this, right? It's very rare a coach hires a GM. This is his show. Terry Bagula handed the keys to Sean McDermott and said, "Do what you got to do. I'll get my checkbook out. You want Brandon Bean? Okay, I'll sign it over. I'll sign him the check." They're one. I'm telling you guys right now. And McDermott runs the show. So there's not much I could tell you. I'm not saying, Brandon Bean's been excellent. He has not been. I'm pissed. I am pissed off at Brandon Bean. I'm so pissed off, I'm willing to say, fuck it, let him go too. You know what I mean? Let them both go. And I defended Brandon Bean for a while. I can't do it no more. I can't. What he did this year was, I can't forgive him. I can't. You played hardball, you failed. You had an opportunity to get your number one receiver. Guys, even if Waddle didn't make that big of a difference this year, who gives a flying fuck? You have your one now. Now you go into the offseason not worrying about your one, right? He had more, and also he had time to play with Josh Allen in the 2025 season, right? The remainder of the season for those two guys to get on the same page, to get chemistry growing, and then you go into 2026. They're not newbies, right? They played, quite a bit of games so far, right? Instead, now here we are. No receivers. See, Bean can't say shit. Like, that's the other thing too. What are you gonna say now, bro? What are you gonna say now? You still don't think we need a receiver? You still think this is all good? You're fucking lying to yourself. You're lying so bad that you went out and got McCole Hardman, who, guess what, is on the IR. You're lying so bad that you signed Gabe Davis probably knowing that you were going to call him up at some point because you didn't have faith in this receiver room. But you're lying to us. You're lying to yourself probably. You know the deal. Bro, you knew the deal last year when you made a trade for Amari Cooper. Because if everything was so fucking great with this receiver room, you had no worries, why go and trade for Cooper? If you had no worries, why get on the phone this year and call around the league, other teams asking about the receivers? If everything was great. If you had so much faith in Joe Brady and this receiver room, it's a fucking lie. And you're lying to everybody. And that I don't like either. That's bullshit. It's super upsetting. Like, I don't like guys to get on. Like, I do not like that, dude. I want you to be brutally honest. Brutally honest. Go to that fucking podium and be fucking honest with people. Hey, I get it. Our receiver room is underachieving. We need to do way fucking better. And I tried to get us a receiver, folks. I did. And I failed. And I apologize. I played hardball. Right? Or whatever. Or hey, be honest. I only wanted to give up a certain draft pick a certain year, and they just weren't budging, and I just didn't feel comfortable giving them. You know what? Fine. At least you were fucking honest about it. But to sit there and be like, man, I'm just as upset as Bill's Mafia for not making a trade. No, you're not. Stop. Are you really? Because if you were, you would have made the trade. If it bothered you that much, if it had really truly affected you, then you would have pulled the trigger instead of playing hardball. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Nobody wants to hear it. Hot take sit. Oh, okay, hot take sit. Josh for the season. Same from injuries with the hand. Put in Mitchie. Skip playoffs so we can fire the 3BS and enter the new stadium with the new. Yeah, but they're not going to do that, bro. I get what you're saying, but Brandon Bean, Sean McDermott is not going anywhere. They're not. I promise you. Remember, I bring this up a lot, but remember Back to the Future? I'm sure everyone has seen Back to the Future. In that movie, there's a picture, right? Remember in that movie there's a picture, and people are starting to disappear, right, in the picture, and he has to get back, and before the picture, everyone disappears, before time change. Look, there's a picture of Sean McDermott Brandon Beane, Terry Bagula, and I think somebody else at the new stadium with gold shovels taking that fucking picture. Bro, I'm going to tell you right now, that shit ain't disappearing, folks. This ain't Back to the Future. That shit is not going away. They are here to stay. They're here to stay. The only way I can see them going is if they have multiple losing seasons. And I don't know if they have that. Because as long as you got Josh Allen, I think you're a 10-win team. I do. Watch, we're going to win at least 10 games this year. I promise you. I would be shocked if we didn't. We're going to win at least 10. I think we can win 11, but that doesn't make anything right. That doesn't mean we're going to be a contender, even if we get in the playoffs. Tommy, you're right. It's 9 years, bro. Notice he didn't mention his D giving up 20 first half points. Exactly. He only wanted to talk how they gave up 3 in the second half. Right. Bro, like, McDermott, what are you doing? It's you're bragging about the Texans' offense and what your defense did. The Texans' offense had Davis Mills in. They didn't even have Stroud. Right? Their offensive line is garbage. We had 0 sacks. And you're bragging about holding them to 23, 3 and a second. Wow. Fucking wow. Bro, you just gave up, 32 last week to the Bucs, who also had injuries. What are you bragging about? You should have held the Texans to under 10. We would have won the game. What are we doing here? The Texans were like the 23 ranked offense. It's fucking miserable. I'm bragging about the second half. You think? Yeah, I do. Dude, I've been saying it for a long time, bro. I'm telling you, man. Sean McDermott ain't going anywhere. Nowhere. You're going to hear talk. I'm sure if they lose some more games, you'll hear like he's in the hot seat. He ain't on no fucking hot seat, bro. Nope. He's in the most comfortable lazy boy ever, bro. That he's chilling with his fucking legs kicked back. I promise you. It's unfortunate. It is. Look, the only way I feel like McDermott would go is if Josh Allen went to Terry Bagula and was like, bro, I can't do this with him. Like I need somebody in here that that has a different outlook and a different mindset on how he wants things done. Right? I can't go on like this. Right? He wants his team to be ran a certain way, especially the offense when he can't even fucking fix his defense. Like, how the fuck is this guy worrying about our offense when he can't even get his defense right? Like, I want Sean McDermott nowhere near the fucking offense when you can't even fucking fix your own defense and you're a defensive-minded head coach. Why would I want you involved in anything the offense does? It's crazy to me. And Josh Allen should think the same thing. Dude, why the fuck is this guy have his hands in the cookie jar on offense? We don't want nothing to do with this guy. Like, bro, stay in your lane. Worry about your fucking shit defense that has let us down almost every year in the playoffs. Please, take care of that. Let's do things our way here on this side. Like, it's crazy, bro. McDermott wanting things a certain way, wants this fucking short underneath bullshit, wants these long extended drives. Fuck out of here with that, man. How's that working out? It's fucking garbage. It's hot garbage. You're so happy Dable left, not so you could get back to go to what you always wanted, which was these long extended drives. Fuck it, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that. Oh, fuck out of here. Nobody wants to see that garbage football. Nobody. But you. That's what makes you happy. 19 fucking points. Get the fuck out of here. By the way, 12. We scored 12. 7 was from a kick return from Ray Davis. But that's what you want. You want these fucking boring ass, everything short underneath, safe football. Guys, we threw it one time. We had one deep throw that whole game. That was the Gabe Davis at the end. The incompletion. One fucking time. We're the only, bro, I watch teams. I watch the red zone. I watch other teams. They take shots downfield. They mix it up on offense. Look at us. Look at how the fuck we play. Unacceptable, man. Because why? He wants us to bail out his defense. Keep him fresh. Wow. What does that do? They still give up a touchdown in 1 minute to Davis Mills. What was it, a minute and a half? Imagine. On the sideline chilling, you still give up a minute and a half touchdown, Davis Mills. You want to brag about the second half. Maybe if you don't give that touchdown up, maybe we win that game too. How about that? Where was your fucking defense? Where? Why didn't your defense get a stop? Why? Fucking bullshit, man. I'm so tired of that guy. I love your unfiltered today. I usually see you with Dan, and I don't think I've heard you curse once. So on this side of you today, I'm pissed to you with this garbage shit. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm on with Dan. I do the, if y'all don't know, I do the next day show after the game. Kind of, we're talking the day after. And it's usually been not a victory Monday, right? When I've been on there, there's been some, but no, I keep it kind of chill a little bit because it's his platform, and I don't want to one, overstep my boundaries, and two, not every podcast is unfiltered or likes a lot of cursing or stuff like that. So, I'll throw a curse word in there here and there, but I try to stay in my lane and just be a good co-host. But I have a blast on there, dude. Dan Mitchell's great, has great takes. I appreciate the opportunity he gave me this season. I'm hoping that I can continue on doing this with him in the 2026 season. But no, it's been great, man. It's been a great time. But I appreciate you. I don't know if you found my channel through his channel, but I appreciate you, man. Let's see here. Let's get to some, now that I caught up with all the chats, I believe I have. Let's get to some of the scores here. Let me see if I can pop that up on here. Whoa, what is going on here? There we go. Okay. All right. So let's get to some of the scoreboards around the NFL. All right. Pittsburgh is up 21-14 with 50 seconds left in the first half. So that's good. But Chicago has the ball at their own 41, 1st and 5 with 53 seconds. So let's see what Chicago does here before the half. Patriots, they are up 17-10 right now over the Bengals. So Patriots, we'll see what they do in the second half. But there's about 28 seconds left, and they did score 17 in the second quarter. So it seems like the Patriots have woken up. We'll see what happens, though. The Giants, this is the one that's kind of shocking right now. The Giants are up 17-14 in Detroit, and they have the ball. The Giants have the ball right now, 3rd and 7 to Detroit 26. Boy, oh boy, the Lions need a stop here to get a field goal. Hold them to a field goal and see what you could do. Maybe put some points up before the half, it looks like they're gonna do that. It's 4th and 7 at Detroit 26. But wow, the Giants have come to play against the Detroit Lions. I'll tell you, man, Lions lose this game. Whew, man, oh man, not good. Packers are up 10-6. Packers offense has been super disappointing this year, but their defense is kind of keeping them in the game, or keeping them in games this year. So thank God they got that defense. If you're a Packers fan, you're thinking, thank God we got Parsons. Thank God we got this defense, because their offense is just not doing it. But anyways, they're up 10-6 at half. Seahawks are up 13-3, and it's 3rd and 14 at Tennessee 17. So, yeah, it looks like they're going to probably more than likely go for a field goal here. I doubt they go, usually the teams are kind of conservative here. They'll probably throw for like Yeah, and they went for a field goal. I was right. So they're going into the half 16-3. Seahawks are up. Colts are up 14-9 at half. I had the Chiefs winning this game, but I thought it would be close. We'll see what the Chiefs do in the second half, but man. And here's a kind of a surpriser. Jets up 7-3. I had this game close, guys. AFC East shakedown show. Everybody was picking the Ravens to blow out the Jets. And I said, whoa, hold on. Right? Not because I want the Jets to win because it's the Ravens, but because the Ravens, even though they've gotten some wins lately, have not looked great. And their defense is not very good either. I just felt like the Jets would kind of hang in there, and they are. They're up 7-3. So that's your update right now around the league. Yeah, I mean, you got some close games, man. Definitely. You got some close games. You got games that I am surprised that these certain teams are winning. So the Giants, I think the Giants is the one that stands out. Better than hearing these stupid broadcasters glazing Mahomes, yeah. I did find you through him, okay, but didn't have you subbed, so I saw you live today, and I've been chilling while I got 4 games up. Okay, cool, man. Hey, I appreciate you subbing. I appreciate everyone. By the way, I appreciate everybody on here today that's been kicking it with me. That's subbed to the channel. You know, I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure some of you guys are new here, so do me a favor, just like he did. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that like button. And there's also a notification bell. You know when I go live. And actually, the next time I am going live is Monday night at 9 p.m. I'm going to have Arthur Moats, former Bills linebacker and Steelers linebacker, on the show. So that's going to be a really, really cool show. You know, we'll pick his brain a little bit, talk a little bit of history, and then obviously talk about Bills Steelers matchup that coming up weekend. So that's going to be a good show, man. You definitely want to turn into that. Let's see here. 25 people in here, 14 likes. Man. Hey, that's not terrible, though. I've seen some where there's like 100 people in here, and there'll be like, you know, 20 or 15 likes. So it's not too bad. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. You know what the thing is, man? Like, it's a little slow for me because I often don't do these type of podcast, but because the Bills aren't playing, I'm like, you know what, I'll do RedZone. And if you notice, like I said earlier, there's a lot of podcasters that will cover one game. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people doing the doing the Chiefs Colts live stream watch along. I can't do that. I gotta watch. I think this is better, like, just to watch multiple games, and I just can't sit there and watch one particular team or one particular game. So that's what I do. I'm just trying to encourage. Damn you guys. No, I get it, man. Look, I appreciate you, bro. Oh, dude, you'd be surprised on how many people don't even subscribe initially. Like, that's why, I found out about, like, if you want to be in the chat, there's like an option to basically force people to subscribe in order to chat. So I'm like, oh, all right, that's a pretty good feature. You want to chat, you got to subscribe. So, yeah, man. Anyways, the Bengals actually got a field goal right before the half. So it's a close game. New England and Cincinnati, 17-13 going in the half. All right, so Detroit has the ball, 23 seconds to go before the half. They're down 20-14. Golf going deep. Oh, man, good throw, good catch. 15 seconds, he's saying spike it. 13, 12, 11, 10. They're at the 25. All right, 7 seconds left. More than likely, they're going to go for a field goal here. I don't think they take a chance because they probably have no timeouts. More than likely no timeouts because they didn't call one there. So they're probably going to just go for a field goal here. Too dangerous to take a shot, in my opinion. So more than likely a field goal coming up. Yeah, dude, what the fuck? The Giants? I think the Lions, they'll adjust in the second half. I don't think the Giants, will keep that pace up. The Lions will definitely adjust and win that game. I had the Bears beating Pittsburgh today because I don't trust Mason Rudolph as quarterback, and they're in Chicago. The Bears have been playing pretty good football. But I knew it would be kind of close because the Bears still are the Bears, and they give up points. So they are down right now 21-14. There's 7 seconds. Wow. So they're going to take a chance. They're going to take a shot here. 2nd and 10. Let's see what they do here. Nah, they threw it away. So there's 3 seconds left. They're going to go for a field goal here. So I don't even know why they did that. I don't get, maybe just to kill a little bit more time, which I guess. Okay, so the Lions also did the same thing. They threw a quick out. There's 3 seconds left. Here comes the field goal unit. Yeah, you got to take the points right here. So let's see if the Lions can make a field goal. The Bears attempting a 47-yard field goal. It is good. So going into halftime, Steelers up 21-17. Lions are also going for a field goal here. Let's see if they can make it 20-17 going to half. But, you know, if you're a Lions fan, though, you got to be embarrassed right here, though. You can't be losing the Giants at half. Like, I'm pissed off if I'm a Lions fan. All right, field goal up and good. So it's going to be at halftime right now. It's 20-17. I think the Lions will rebound, but holy shit. If you're, like I said, you're a Lions fan, you got to be really disappointed with your team's first half performance. You cannot allow 20 points to the New York Giants. You just simply cannot allow that. Man, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't. There we go. It's just unpredictable after. It's just unpredictable. Other than the Eagles, only thing that seems on par with last year. Yeah, and the Eagles, even the Eagles' offense is clunky this year, but they have a crutch, and it's their defense. And I wish that the Buffalo Bills had that. I wish that the Buffalo Bills could rely on their defense. We can't. We've never have. And that's so upsetting. It's more upsetting knowing your coach is a defensive-minded head coach and you don't have the crutch. Like, that's the whole point, guys. Like, this is what upsets me even more. Like, when you hire these coaches and they're all, like, they're either offensive-minded or they're defensive-minded, you would think that an offensive-minded head coach would have a pretty good offense. And they, most of the time, they do. You would think if you have a defensive-minded head coach, your defense is pretty damn good. You know, especially year 9. And I give leeway, guys. I always give a leash. I always go, you know what? Coach ain't going to come in here and be great in, 2 seasons. I understand that. You gotta rebuild. You gotta get the guys in here. You gotta get these guys. You gotta get free agents. You got whatever you gotta do. You gotta waive some guys that you're not liking. You gotta get your coaching staff that's on board with what you want. Okay, cool. Like, I'm always understanding, guys. Always have been. But motherfuck, we're in year 9. You're still trying to figure it out? No. So, yeah, dude, it's unacceptable, man. It's crazy, bro. Colts they do got a good team, bro. Defensively and offensively. And, I'm not, like, big on Daniel Jones. I still think but I'll tell you what, they're not asking a lot from him. They're not. And they got a great running back. They got a good offensive line. They got weapons around him. They got a good defense. Like, that's a well-rounded football team, right? Are we well-rounded? Are we a well-rounded football team? No. We've never been a well-rounded football team. This team has been Josh Allen or bust. Josh Allen or bust. No Josh Allen, 4 to 5 wins. Josh Allen, 10+ wins. Simple. It's real simple, folks. This team ain't going far without him. They ain't doing shit without him. Right? And McDermott's is on. He's just enjoying the ride here. Because I don't think he's here if we don't have Josh Allen. He's fired years ago. and we're on to our next coach, trying to find the next quarterback. It's a fucking shame, bro. It's a fucking shame. When was the last time you've been to a Bills home game? All right, so I live in Detroit. So the very last time I went to a Bills game, and I had a fucking blast. 2018, Bills versus Lions. I got to see Josh Allen as a rookie year. It was great. We won that game. Robert Foster caught a touchdown that game. I had a great time, and that was the last time I went. It's just tough for me because I have, I don't know if you guys know, but obviously I have a dog here, and, she's not good in car rides, and I want to trust her at a hotel, even if it's a pet-friendly hotel. Like, I want to feel comfortable leaving her in the room. And since she doesn't like car rides too, the ride there will be a tough one for me. And so I have a tough time. I don't even really go out, guys. Like, I'm a homebody, and not just because of her, just in general, but I can't like do vacations. You know what I mean? Like, even if I wanted to, I don't have family here, where I live. So I'm solo, or I'm a solo act. So, and she's like my baby, right? So like, I can't just leave my baby behind, or I can't put her in a places where, I don't know, a kennel or something where they walk. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. So, it is what it is, man. I'm cool with it though. I accept it. Let's see here. So yeah, 2018 answer question. Shakir playing punt returning. Yeah, that's real fucking smart, right, Red Furnace? Let's get our best receiver, even though, he's not a true one, but let's get our best target, our best option. Let's go ahead and get him back there at punt return, because that makes a lot of sense. God, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Let's sign Conrington to the 53 and then make him inactive for most of the year. Pretty smart. Pretty smart. Fuck are we doing, man? What are we doing? Did you go to the Bills games that were played? So I went to the Bills Browns game, actually. Bills beat the Browns, and then the Bills played the Lions the very following week on Thanksgiving, and we won that game. I went to Golden Corral. That's like what I do for Thanksgiving. I'll be going there this week as well, because I don't cook and I don't have family here. So, and I went there with my Bills jersey on, very happy. That was a close game, by the way, but we still won, and a lot of upset Lions fans. But one thing I'll say, there was Bills fans there too, because they traveled there. But we're respectful, man. Like, I just, I don't. The one thing about me, at least, I don't talk shit. I really don't. Like, even my friend, he's a Dolphin fan, Captain D. I don't. That's just not my thing, guys. Like, I don't. And I'm not knocking anyone that does. I just don't. Like, it doesn't do anything for me to be like, to talk shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, you fucking suck. We beat your guys' ass. Like, dude, I don't need to do. Like, we won. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's good enough for me, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. I don't talk shit prior to the game, and I don't talk shit after the game. Now I'll wear my jersey, proudly wear my jersey. I'll probably wear my Bills hat, but I'm not trying to, like, talk shit at the same time. There's no reason for it. I don't get it. Keep pounding. That's a Panther slogan, right? I think. If Prater didn't miss that one, yeah, I told you it's guys. NFL is the ultimate team sport. Ultimate team sport, man. One extra point can make the difference in a game, and it did. But I also can't sit there and be like, Matt Prater, you're the reason why we lost. No, guys, no. Is he part of the reason? Sure. We could throw him in the mix, of course. That's fair. But is he the reason why? No. Fuck no. We scored 12 points on offense, guys. Let's add his 1 point that he missed. Fine. We scored 13 points on offense. Wow. Yeah. Come on, man. I get what you're saying. He's definitely part of that. But will Bass come back? Yeah, another bad signing. I don't think he does. I don't think so. Matter of fact, I think they haven't said shit about him. So I think more than likely what will happen is they'll probably wind up cutting him after the season is finished, and he should be cut. For me, I feel like Bass just mentally, even though he kind of bounced back a little bit last year, but I still don't think he's all there. I don't know. Kickers is a lot of mental. It takes place, and I just feel like mentally he's just not right, man. And now he missed a whole year of football. Like, no, man, I'm good. You can find a kicker out there, bro, or draft another one. You know what I mean? We drafted him. Go draft another one. They're late 6th, 7th round. You can get one. I mean, we have enough goddamn picks anyways. I wish he was under investigation. Who? Sean McDermott? Sean McDermott under investigation for coach malpractice. Yeah, I wish he was too, man. I do. I don't wish harm upon anyone, but if it got him out of here, I don't know. I might have to make up some bullshit lie about him. Let's get to some of the scores here real quick around the NFL. Baltimore is now up 10-7. I'm guessing it was a Derrick Henry run because he is huffing and puffing. So Derrick Henry at the goal line, he did score a touchdown there for the Baltimore Ravens, which once again I had the Ravens winning that game, but I had it close. I still think it's gonna be close, but I don't know why they just don't. For me, that team needs to go to Henry a lot more than they do, man. I feel like at times they just don't use him enough. If they draft less than 6 fucking receivers this year, I'm gonna be pissed. Look, man, for me, just go. You gotta get a 1. I don't care what you do. I don't care if it's through free agency. I don't care if it's through trade. You cannot sit here and lie again another year, go in 2026, telling us all is good, and then you go and sign another Palmer type of player and be like, hey, we just got this guy for 3 years. He was the number 3 and lie to us. Like, but this guy's a great route runner. Get the fuck out. Remember when they tried to bullshit us on Palmer, who was, by the way, the 3rd option in LA? And they were like, dude, this guy. You want to talk about separation? Palmer's the answer. So we're good to go, baby. Ain't no need for receivers now. We got this guy. Like, yeah, how's that working out? What a fucking great separator he is. Woo, wow. Yeah, we're on our pace to a Super Bowl. Thanks. Appreciate that, bro. Let's get some more Palmers on the team. Oh my God. Khalil is a very good slot, but he's not. Look, he's a really good slot, and he's more than he can be a boundary receiver as well. He was used as a boundary receiver in Boise State. He's not. People act like he's garbage. Like, he could be used. Like, that's the other thing I got a problem with Joe Brady. Like, he just sticks to what he sticks to. He doesn't like to change things up, right? I think Keon Coleman would be a great slot, a big slot. No. Yeah, I'm not even willing to try it. Khalil Shakir, you're strictly a slot. The only time we'll lounge it on the boundary, we're going to give you some bubble screens. Oh, we got Elijah Moore here, 4-3 guy. Let's just throw him a screen here and there and put him on the sideline. Thanks. Oh, we got Curtis Samuel here. He's been known to be like a Swiss Army knife. Can be a running back at times. Could be a slot. Could be a boundary. Nah, we'll just use him as a screen guy. Like, what are we really doing here, folks? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, yes, they're not the greatest cast of receivers, but is Brady doing anything different with them? Is he trying anything different? He's doing nothing. It seems like at times these guys are all running the same routes. Have you noticed that too? They're like all going deep. They're all straight running it, like straight lining it. I saw a play, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, where they all ran the same route and almost like hit each other. It was like a comeback route. And there was like 3 guys all like within like 2 feet of each, like 3 feet of each other. And I said, what? And it was like a short, like an underneath route. And it would have been like a 3-yard gain for each one. It didn't even pick which guy you want. and maybe they get a yard more after. The defenders are right there. But why are they all running the same route? Why is everyone within 3 feet of each other? What? That was the route combination you did? What in the... I can't believe it. What am I watching? It's pathetic. So that's what I mean about Joe Brady. Like, I don't understand the offense. Also, what's even crazier is last year, he got the running backs involved in the passing game. And we were like, okay, that's something new. You know, we like that. I like that. You know, Ray Davis, Ty Johnson. I thought Ty Johnson was excellent last year in the passing game. I'm like, okay. This year, I think we could scratch that. We'll go to it here and there. What? It worked for you. Why would you... What? Why are you stopping what worked? At least go to what worked. What are you doing? Like, guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I don't like Joe Brady as offensive coordinator. Right? He goes away from what works. He goes to what's not working. He's fucking predictable as they come. The offense is about as basic vanilla as it gets. And then you got Sean McDermott on top of it, who's loving it, who wants a long, extended, short underneath drive. It's mind-boggling. It's fucking insane what we're watching. When the fuck did Josh Allen ever become a short underneath type of quarterback or a captain check down type of quarterback? Never. That never was in his DNA. It wasn't his DNA in college. It's not his DNA in the NFL. And now we want to box him in and convert him into this bullshit game plan or scheme that we're running. And it's not working. And you can't continue to go back and tell me, Tommy, last year worked. I don't give a fuck about last year. How about that? How about last year is last fucking year? Is it working this year? Are we in the now? Because what the now is telling me is it isn't working. God. And when things aren't working, typically, you change things up, right? I tell you guys the same thing. It's like in life in general. If you go down a certain street, folks, and there's nails all over the goddamn road, and you keep getting a flat, and the very next day, you go back down the road, you get another flat, you go back down the road the third day, you get another flat, and you're complaining, and then you're wondering, I don't get it. You know what I'm going to tell you, or friends and family are going to tell you? Well, I'm going to tell that person, are you a fucking idiot? Stop going down the goddamn road. There's other options. That's not the only path you could take. Joe fucking Brady. Golly. But no, go down the same fucking path. Because that's been fucking great. It's been fucking working perfect. Hey, that road last year that road had no nails though, Tommy. Yeah, this year it does. Fuck that road. Take a different goddamn road. Oh my God. Yeah, fucking McDermott gets a 10-year extension. All right, 10-year extension, he gets, 5% equity in the fucking Bills. God, can you imagine? Steelers are up 21-17 still, by the way, folks. Yeah, it's fucking. You guys get my point. I hope you. I like to use like certain things like that because it's the same thing. It's life, guys. Like why can we see it and they can't? Like, what is so difficult about about changing things up, about mixing things up? You have to, in time, in life, in general. If things aren't going as planned, You have to correct it. You have to switch things up. That's life, right? That's how it works, folks. Damn, this motherfucker just got suplexed in the Patriots game. 17-13 Patriots up, by the way. Packers are up 17-6 now, by the way. But yeah, so that's my point, guys. It's like, you know, and then I go to the other thing I used to always tell you guys, that people that were like always on board with like keeping fucking McDermott around. Dude, it's like fans are like, or like people sometimes are like, in general, and I've seen this before, they get so caught up in not changing, meaning they've been going to this, you know, for instance, I've been using the same cell phone for so many years. I don't want to change because I know this cell phone so well, even though it's getting old, it's not working good anymore, it's freezing. But because I know it so well, and a new phone, I don't know, it could take time for me to get used to. And like, dude, switch your fucking phone. Like, you gotta switch eventually. Like, you can't. Same thing. Like, I've been going to the same restaurant for years, and their pizza, the pizza's okay. It's good. But what if I go to another pizza place? It's not as good. But how do you know? You gotta fucking try. You can't just keep accepting okay or good. Don't you want great? What if there's a place you've missed down the street because you're so settled on going to the same goddamn pizza place, but there's right up the block, there could be a fucking great pizza place. Or you find another one that's just as good, and okay, so what? Okay, then not a big deal. Just as good. No difference in the other pizza place. But at least I'm willing to take the chance. Maybe it's great. But no, we ought to stick with the same fucking same thing. Stick with the same thing. It's 9 years into it. God forbid we switch. We could get worse. Things get really bad. How bad? Really, guys? Really? You think we get bad? Really? Come on, man. You all know why this team wins games, right? You all know the reason. Come on now, don't lie to yourself. When players come here, do they say, have you ever heard a single player ever say, I can't wait to play for Sean McDermott? No, I really don't recall that. What do they say? Can't wait to play with Josh Allen. Even defensive players, right? They're excited to come to the Bills because of Josh Allen. They don't even bring up Sean McDermott. Why? Players that go to Kansas City, they're saying, I can't wait to play for Mahomes, Andy Reid, right? Their defensive coordinator, right? They're bringing those guys' names up. Can't wait to play for McVay, his offense, creativity, right? When have you ever heard of a player go, boy, I signed here for the Bills because that Sean McDermott and that defense, boy, his defensive mind is one of the best I've ever seen. Like, guys, no. Never. Right? Imagine we had John Gruden here. Players would love, of course, bro, John Gruden? Can't wait to play for John Gruden. What fucking John Gruden? And Josh Allen? Oh, shit. I know John Gruden. Sean McDermott. No fucking player wants to play for Sean McDermott. No one wants to play for Sean McDermott. Everybody knows what kind of monster he is. Egotistical man who needs everything to be done his way, even when it's not correct. Absolutely. And that's true. He's the puppet master, man. And he will cut your strings, boy, if you are not on board, man. These are just facts. By the way, the Ravens are 3rd and goal. So they're looking to score here. If they go up 17-7, boy, the Jets are in trouble then. I haven't seen anybody say they wanted to play for our defensive since Leslie Frazier. Yeah, you notice Leslie Frazier got the T-shirts made. Never seen a Sean McDermott t-shirt. Even Brandon Bean has gotten a t-shirt made. Matter of fact, I have a Brandon Bean t-shirt. The one that Von Miller made. Remember when Von Miller was making all his t-shirts? I could be wrong on the Sean McDermott. Maybe he made one, but I don't recall it. I really don't recall that. I know, bro, even Devin Singletary had a shirt at one point. Even Singletary. I think there was a picture of Josh Allen wearing it. Sean McDermott ain't getting no fucking shirt. Not that I'm aware of. And I fucking sure as hell. Matter of fact, I would buy it just to burn it. That'd be the only way I'd get a goddamn Sean McDermott shirt. Set that bitch on fire. At this point, it's like you said. Only way it'll change is if Josh goes straight to the owner and says this shit ain't working. If you want to bring Lombardi home, exactly. And touchdown Ravens, by the way. And the sad thing is this, man. It's not even sad. It's just it. The thing is, Josh Allen doesn't have that type of personality, and I wish he did. I do. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if this was like a Peyton Manning, it would never happen. Never. Right? Any of the best quarterbacks to do it, right? They all had say. They all had pull, and they will get your ass fired. Right? All of them. And Allen just doesn't have it, man. He just doesn't have that type of voice and he should, because he could get changed. He could make change happen. But he just don't have it in him. I guess that's not him. I wish it was. Once again, I wish he would go to that podium and hold everyone responsible. But he's never going to do that. And then, I respect him to the point where, he's doing the right thing by a quarterback. He's taking all the responsibility, even though he doesn't need to. And that's the other thing too. I gotta say too, like people that are like shitting on Josh and like, he said terrible, whatever they're saying, all this shit that I'm not gonna go through it all, but a lot of people are like really, slamming Josh Allen. Let me tell you something. That guy has never gone to the podium and bullshitted around and lied to you and said, I'm playing great fucking football. I don't know what you're talking about. If our offensive line needs to be better, our receivers, he's never said that, and he could. He absolutely could. And you guys know that he could. But to name me a time where Josh Allen got on the podium and didn't take responsibility. Go ahead. Name it. He's taking responsible. Even when he shouldn't, he'll take the L. He puts that. He puts that on his back, and he's never, ever went up there and told you something different. Even though he probably should. He should probably keep it real at some point. But he's not. That's not him. He's not going to throw anybody under the bus. Right? Now, maybe he gets home and he talks to his wife. Who knows? Tells her, man, this shit is terrible. Right? They're fucking killing me out there. But he's not going to throw teammates under the bus publicly. He's not going to do it. So I respect him for that, and I think you guys should too. People that are like, oh, Josh Allen. He's getting paid $55. He needs to be. Guys, like, I'm sure he's aware of this. He tells you that. He tells you he is. He tells you that his mistakes are some of the things he's doing he shouldn't be doing. So what do you want from the guy? Like, I get it. He needs to be better. But goddamn, dude, guys, it's a fucking 53-man roster. It takes so many people to do their jobs to make his job easier. To make it, right, like, where we can go, yeah, Josh Allen is in a rhythm now. Josh Allen is finding receivers. Why? Because they're getting fucking open. Why? Because the offensive play caller and Brady is actually scheming things up the right way. He's getting the running backs involved. He's doing this. Why didn't he bring in Alec Anderson in the Texans game to be the extra blocker? Why? Why are you going empty set? Why? What are you doing? They're killing us all game. Why wouldn't you get more help to protect Josh? Why would you keep Spencer Brown in the game knowing he has no arms to work with? What are you doing? It's mind-boggling. I'm telling you. But then we sit here and go, well, Josh had 2.7 seconds to throw the ball. I don't give a fuck if he had 5 seconds to throw the ball. If no one's open, guys, where the fuck is he throwing the ball? Did you watch the film? Did anybody take the time to watch the film? So we can sit there and pull up stats. By the way, these stats I fucking hate. I'll use them here and there. But for the most part, they don't tell the whole story. Guys, like, stats don't always tell the whole stories. Oh, he had 2.9 and this or that. Did you watch the replay? Did you watch the All-22? Did you watch the film breakdown? Bro, once again, I don't give a fuck if you had 7 seconds. 10 seconds. You got to get open. What don't people understand? I don't get it. Jesus Christ. Drives me fucking insane. Joey, because there are plenty of quarterbacks that have yelled at players on their team because they're not doing their job. No, I agree. Like I said, but it's just not his. I wish he would. I'll be honest with you. Like, I wish he would be more vocal. I do. Like, I wish that was part of his personality, but it's not. And that, I don't think that will change, right? We're year 8 into Josh Allen's career. He's never been that kind of quarterback. It is what it is, right? But that doesn't mean that the rest of the team can't do a better job, that they can't look in the mirror and say, we're getting this guy killed. This guy's always defended us. This guy's always had our backs and these pressers, right? This guy never fucking complains and goes to us and yells at us. Like, dude, we got, like, for me, everybody got to look in the mirror, right? Including the coaching staff, and go, what the fuck can I do better here? Like, right? Instead of bullshitting around and lying to yourself, right? And saying, oh, I'm doing all I can. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're fucking not doing all you can. I see it. We all see it. Stop lying to yourself. Since he stopped Patriots at the goal line. Damn. I'm going to go through the scores real quick. 17-9, Colts are up. Man, fucking Chiefs, huh? And I put parlays on the Chiefs to win, too. Jesus Christ. What up, Tommy? What up? Let's go, Cincinnati. I need you to beat the Patriots. Yeah, I don't think they will, but we'll see. That's why it's a team sport. If it was individual sport, Josh Allen would be champion. Joey, absolutely. This ain't boxing, though. This isn't MMA. This isn't golf, right? Like, you need everything to be working, man. You need your coaching, your coaching staff to put you in better situations to win, right? You need your offensive line to protect. You need your defense, like everything. There's so much that goes into football, guys. That it's just wild. Like, if one guy fucks up, it can ruin, how the game is, right? How the game ends, right? Like, it's one player not doing his job, right? And the problem with us is just not about one player not doing their job. It's a lot. There's a lot of players underperforming every week. And now we got injuries on top of that. Underperforming players getting hurt, players out for the season. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm in like desperation mode, and Bean should be too. If you want to salvage this season, I don't care how bad it looks at this point. If you're Brandon Bean, and people know by now that you needed a receiver and you should have pulled the trigger at the deadline. But at this point, who gives a fuck? I'm signing anyone that's out there that could possibly help. I'm being honest with you guys. Brandon Cooks, you avail, come on down. OBJ, guys, I know you're gonna say OBJ is garbage. Could it be any worse? I don't know. Oh, come on, dude. If I'm being right now, bro, and you really want to salvage something this season, for me, look, you fucked up in the deadline. Take some swings here. You know, I heard Brandon Ayuk might be available. He might get cut for the 49ers. Get on that phone call if he is. What's it going to hurt, guys? What's it going to hurt? For me, like at this point, bro, you got to do whatever you got to do. And if that takes backlash from people, who gives a fuck? Because you're going to get it anyways. You're going to get it anyways. Right? Spencer Brown had a broken hand in 10 plays. He wouldn't come out if they told him it was broke. Yeah, and Spencer Brown, I love him, dude. Tough guy. When healthy, one of the better tackles in the NFL. However, dude, if you're that hurt and you can't use your arm or whatever, bro, you're hurting the team more than you're helping. You got to go out. You know, I respect the toughness. I do. But at some point, man, if he's not doing it, the coaching staff has to look and go, bro, Spencer Brown, dude could barely move, like his arm. Like, we got to get him out of the game. Like, not only because he's hurting us, but he's hurting himself more. Like, we need him down the road. Like, what's the point here? Like, and we do that. This coach staff has been known to do that too. Put players out there that are hurt. And they're not even effective. Like, what are we doing? I also think if this team was fully healthy, it might have been enough to win some of the games. Maybe. I mean, I'll give you that. It's a possibility. You know, let's say you have Ed there, Michael Hoyt. Hoyt, by the way, is a huge loss that I think a lot of Bills Mafia didn't really think of it as a major loss. Bro, I wasn't like overly thrilled when we signed him initially, but then I saw his film. I'm like, okay, he's a different type of player who could play multiple roles, DE, DT, LB. He's like a unicorn. And the dude is high energy. And I'm like, okay, well, it sucks like we got to wait so long for him to get back, but okay. But boy, just the game I saw him play, game and a half, he was legit. Energy, bringing it, getting the defense motivated, and then fucking Achilles, bro. You can't replace a guy like that, guys. There's not a... Now, Morgan Fox, the guy we just signed, he could play DE and DT. He's a high energy guy, but he's been out for a little bit. He's on our practice squad now. I'm very interested to see how he plays. That's a guy I would say keep an eye out on. But yeah, you're right. I mean, injuries have played a little part. But look, man, even when we've been healthy in the past, this defense still lets us down. So I can't give it an excuse anymore. I can't. But maybe you're right. Maybe we win a game or two that we shouldn't have this year if we have certain players in the game. But I don't know. You know, I mean, we could also say like, oh, what if, you know, what if we had Dalton Kincaid against the Texans? You know, or our offense score another touchdown or two. Maybe. I don't know. The problem with that is we're so inconsistent with him as well. Like now, he had the back-to-back good games, but we've seen this before. And we've seen them go away from what works. So who knows? Who really knows? All we could do is speculate and wonder, but that doesn't mean anything. The Lions are still losing 20-17, 5 minutes in the third quarter. Lions have the ball at the Giants 35. Elijah Moore got 9 catches for 112 yards in 11 games. And he starts how many times? Josh has to look his way to see him look his way to see him struggling to get open. Yeah, it's great. But I think it's scheme too, Red Furnace. I really do. Go look at Elijah Moore when he played for the Browns. I think he played somewhere else too. I forget the team, but he actually put up decent numbers. Like, he's not garbage. He was used the right way, right? They use his speed the right way, right? Like, that's what you got to do with those kind of receivers. We're not. We're simply not doing that. And now I put all the blame on Joe Brady. It's trash. He just doesn't know how to use these guys. He doesn't understand player strengths and weaknesses. He just doesn't. And that's a major fucking problem that we're having. Tommy, with the roster we had before the injuries, would you consider that a championship roster? That's a good question. No. Okay, I'll be honest. You want my honest answer? No. However, oh damn, Jared Goff just got kneed right in the helmet. If you got Josh Allen, there's always a chance, right? And that's the truth, right? I've seen rosters go to the Super Bowl that were just like ours, or maybe even less talent, and make it to the Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl. So, honestly, guys, I would say yes because of Josh Allen. But right now, as we sit today, with all the injuries, and then also the players that are underperforming that I thought would perform better, and then on top of it, the coaching staff taking a shit, right? Like Joe Brady just not getting any better as an OC. Like, yeah, no. Like, I mean, that all that stuff I didn't see happening to start the season. You would have hoped, I think we all would have hoped Joe Brady would have, gotten better as an OC, right? The longer you're in the league, you get more creative, right? You understand your players more. You have all that time in an offseason to understand, what each player's strengths are, to scheme them up, to put them in better positions to win, and he simply has not done that. So, yeah, it's just a problem. This is bad. The Chiefs may not make the playoffs. This would have been the year to get to the Super Bowl. I think other teams are leaping over us, but we have Josh just never closed. Yeah, and here's the problem too, and I said this on the Saturday show that I did. All this time we had, guys, right, when we ran that division, because we ain't winning the division this year. I don't see it. But all this time we had to get to a Super Bowl, to win a Super Bowl, right? While the rest of the AFC, pretty much outside of the Chiefs and the Ravens, were either in rebuild mode or underperforming or just trash. We had an opportunity. That window was wasn't even a window. That was a sliding glass door open. All right, opportunity. That sliding glass door was wide open, and we didn't go through it. And now you got all these teams that were those teams, the bad teams, underperforming, rebuilding. Guess what? They're rebuilding now, and they're trending up. The Colts, the Patriots. Look at all these teams coming for us now. All these teams, right? Because we fucked around. We fucked around way too long, right? And now all these teams now that were on the bottom looking up, we're slowly climbing the ladder while we were still trying to figure out how to get through the sliding glass door. That shit has closed. That sliding glass door is closed, folks. We are now in a window. And that window, it's still open. By the way, interception, Giants. Yikes. But it's starting to slowly close. And not good, man. Not good. After the game he had, I only seen him in Buffalo. It was a great game. With his energy, that's a huge loss. Because brothers, yeah. And Hoyt stayed in and tried to run on. I know Hoyt was I can't believe he got up and still try to continue with the pass rush. That's unbelievable. So let's get you around the league real quick again on the scoreboard watching. Bears have now gone up 24-21. Pittsburgh does have the ball. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Patriots are up 17-13. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Patriots with the ball at their own 41. Giants. I can't believe it. Giants are up 2017. I'm going to tell you right now. If the Giants win, this is going to probably ruin everybody's parlay. Because ain't no one picked the motherfucking Giants to beat the Lions. Ain't no one. In Detroit? Nah, bro. Packers are up 20-6 in the fourth quarter. Seahawks up 30-10 against the Titans in the third quarter. Colts are slowly pulling away here. Fourth quarter just started. They're up 20-9. Ravens are up 17-10 in the fourth quarter. And that's your updates on the score. So I would say the most surprising score, it would be the Giants over the Lions right now. And I would say, honestly, this Patriots-Bengals game is a lot closer right now than what many people thought it would be. And I guess you could throw in the Ravens-Jets game. But I thought this game would be close anyways. But let's see what happens with, let's see the end result. But, Steelers, by the way, are 2nd and 12 and Chicago's 37. So there's some close games today. There's some definitely close games today around the NFL, man. It's a good day of football, to be honest with you. There's not many blowouts. It's pretty competitive today. So I'm losing my voice, and I have a podcast tomorrow. So this is not good. I don't know if you guys can hear my voice. It's cracking. I have no idea why, because I talk all the time. So anyways, guys, I'm going to cut it out here because I do got a podcast tomorrow with Arthur Moats at 9 p.m. You do not want to miss that. What up, Tommy? My fantasy is already ruined for week 12. My players on the roster isn't. Oh, dude, my fantasy football teams are trash. I'm done already. So I feel for you, but I'm in the same boat, brother. But anyways, guys, I'm out of here, man. If you guys want, like I said, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Or that is a thumbs up. What am I talking about? Like, subscribe, notification bell. Hit the notification bell. I'll be on tomorrow at 9 p.m. Arthur Moats joining me, special co-host Aramis from Post Podium Podcast. So I appreciate you guys rocking with me today. And, hey, Bills Mafia, I love you. And as always, go Bills. I'm out of here. Peace.
Just